The movie opens with a scene set in a secluded, snowy area. Here, we meet Harry, who is engaging in an illicit affair with a woman named Lisa. They are in a car, sharing intimate moments, oblivious to the cold world outside. As they wrap up, Lisa steps out of the car to gather her bags, preparing for a weekend getaway with Harry. At this moment, the film introduces a twist. Harry receives a call from his wife, Alex. Unaware of his infidelity, she inquires about his whereabouts. Harry, trying to cover his tracks, lies to her, claiming he's off to meet an artist he has recently taken an interest in. The conversation takes a turn as Alex reminds him of their anniversary, hinting at her suspicions of his unfaithfulness. She pointedly tells him that she is the best he will ever have, implying her awareness of his possible cheating. The tension in this scene peaks when, immediately after the call, a mysterious figure emerges. This ominous character brutally attacks Harry, slashing his throat in a swift, lethal move. The violence doesn't end there. The figure also targets and kills Lisa, the woman with whom Harry was having an affair. The scene then shifts focus to a young girl named Sam. She is shown in a state of denial, repeatedly voicing her disbelief over an unspecified incident. The film uses a flashback to provide context, taking us to a moment where Sam is on her way to her friend Sophia's house for a sleepover. Sophia is the daughter of Harry and Alex, tying her to the earlier events. Sam's mother suggests they go to the movies instead, but Sam is insistent on attending the sleepover. Embarrassed by her mother's old car, she asks to be dropped off 2 blocks away from Sophia's luxurious mansion. As Sam arrives at the mansion, she is confronted by a stark contrast between her world and Sophia's. The mansion is grand, adorned with elaborate face masks and exquisite art. Inside, Sam finds Sophia along with other girls, Ava, Francesca, and Georgie. There's an immediate tension as the girls question Sophia's decision to invite Sam, revealing their dislike for her. Meanwhile, another subplot develops with Kat, another member of the group. Kat is being criticized by her father, Dr. Michael, a stern plastic surgeon. He chastises her for a prank she played on another girl, emphasizing his strict standards. Dr. Michael urges Kat to avoid friends he disapproves of, suggesting she stick with Sophia instead. Soon after, Alex, the wife of the unfaithful Harry, is portrayed in a moment of vulnerability. She makes a futile attempt to seduce one of the workers at her house, seeking companionship in her loneliness. Her advances, however, are ignored, highlighting her growing sense of isolation. Later, Alex's friend Jamie visits her. Their conversation turns to the house, which Alex reveals is still unfinished, a project that her husband Harry seems to favor. Alex expresses her concerns about her marriage, feeling that Harry is becoming increasingly distant from her, a worry that gnaws at her already fragile state. In another part of the house, Alex asks her housekeeper Molly to find her missing phones. Molly's unsuccessful search leads Alex to suspect her of theft, a suspicion that proves baseless when Alex eventually finds her phone right on the couch where she's sitting. This incident adds to the tense atmosphere, painting a picture of mistrust and unease. Meanwhile, Michael, the strict plastic surgeon and father of Kat, drives his daughter to Sophie's house. During the drive, Kat is distracted and unresponsive to her father's attempts at conversation. In a moment of frustration, Michael leaves Kat on the road, prompting her to walk the remaining distance to the house, which is situated uphill. Unnervingly, Kat feels like someone is following her. She takes pictures of the house and posts them on a shady website, an action that adds a layer of mystery and foreboding to the narrative. Back at the house, Jamie inquires whether Alex is aware of the unsettling rumors surrounding their home. Alex, unaware, listens as Jamie recounts the eerie history. The house once belonged to an artist named Ray, known for his disturbing art. Ray's mental state deteriorated in this house, and it was the site of a legendary party where a psychic foretold that the house was located at the vortex of the Four Winds. During that same party, Ray was murdered and his body mysteriously vanished. Kat, just arriving, overhears this chilling tale. As the evening progresses, the girls, including Kat, engage in a fashion try-on session, taking pictures and playfully teasing each other. However, their interactions reveal a bullying dynamic that seems natural among them. Kat shares what she overheard about the house being haunted by Ray's ghost. While initially met with disbelief, Sam confirms the story through a quick online search, uncovering that 6 of Ray's guests died on that fateful night. Sophie, trying to lighten the mood, dismisses the ghost stories and encourages the group to take more pictures, jokingly assuring them that her mom won't harm them. After a while, the dynamics among the group of girls take a darker turn. Alex, mother of one of the girls, Sophie, enters the room and interacts with the group. She offers to bring pizza for them on her way back from work, but the girls decline, citing their diet. Seeking to lighten the mood, Alex shares her view that the best part of going to a party is the opportunity to dress up. She then opens a room full of jewelry, inviting the girls to try on whatever they like. This gesture ignites excitement among the girls, who eagerly explore the collection, trying on various pieces of jewelry one by one. A notable moment occurs when Sam tries on a crown, only to be mocked by Kat, who remarks that Sam is not a princess. Kat further belittles Sam by pointing out her financial status, highlighting that she attends their elite school on a scholarship, implying she doesn't belong in their privileged circle. The tension escalates when Kat discovers a gun with a gold label, leading the girls to take turns posing with it for pictures, seemingly oblivious to the potential danger of the weapon. As the evening progresses, the girls' interactions become increasingly cruel. They take turns mocking Georgie about her appearance. The situation worsens when Kat makes a particularly harsh comment, suggesting she would rather die than look like Georgie. This crosses a line for Sophie, who promptly tells Kat to leave her house. Despite Kat's attempts to downplay her words as typical of their banter, Sophie stands firm, and a distraught Kat leaves the house in tears. Alone and upset, Kat tries to reach her father, only to find him unavailable. Overwhelmed with emotion, she laments the loss of her mother, who would always answer her calls, and leaves a voicemail for her father, pleading for him to pick her up. Meanwhile, Kat spitefully posts a picture of Georgie online, exacerbating Georgie's insecurities. Georgie expresses her distress, fearing that no matter how much she changes her appearance, she will always be remembered for this humiliating post. Sophie attempts to comfort Georgie, but their approach is far from supportive. They urge Georgie to stop eating, ignoring the deeper emotional issues at play. When Georgie reveals a bag full of snacks, explaining that eating is her way of coping, the other girls confiscate it, dismissively stating that everyone faces challenges. Georgie, feeling cornered and hurt, expresses a desire to silence Kat permanently, fantasizing about stitching Kat's mouth shut. The other girls remind Georgie to enjoy Kat's absence, further highlighting the toxic and damaging relationships within their circle. As the movie progresses further, the narrative focuses on the girls' increasingly isolated behavior, each absorbed in their own phones, eschewing real interaction. Sam, sensing the disconnection, urges them to put their phones away, but her suggestion is met with resistance. The girls insist that living without their phones, even temporarily, is unthinkable. Georgie, seeking to bring the group together, proposes a game, locking their phones in a safe until Alex, Sophie's mother, returns home. Ava voices her concern, noting that the house, being new, lacks a landline, which could be problematic in an emergency. Sophie dismisses this worry, pointing out that landlines are outdated. Sam initially hesitates, worried her mother might try to reach her, but Sophie reassures her, suggesting that if Sam's mother really needs her, she'll come to find her. Georgie supports this idea, hoping it will offer a respite from the ongoing cyberbullying. Sophie then locks their phones in the safe and, in a moment of spontaneity, throws the key into the swimming pool. Unbeknownst to them, a mysterious figure is lurking outside, secretly filming the group. As the night unfolds, the girls indulge in drinking and dancing, each taking turns to let loose. The figure outside continues to spy on them, capturing photos and videos through the glass wall. In a shift of atmosphere, the girls gather for an honesty game, sharing their deepest secrets. This game, meant to be fun, instead casts a somber mood over the group as they delve into personal and emotional stories, including their first kiss experiences. The mood lightens slightly when the girls decide to swim in the indoor pool. Here they notice Sam's scar, which she had tried to conceal, citing that she was cold. Later, the girls put on creepy music and don bizarre masks, dancing in a strange, eerie manner. The night takes a dramatic turn when the doorbell rings, revealing Kat's father, Dr. Michael, visibly angry and searching for his daughter. The girls inform him that Kat left about half an hour earlier. Dr. Michael, increasingly agitated, plays a voicemail from Kat stating that she was kicked out of the house. He interrogates the girls about why Kat was crying, and when he asks to speak to Alex about the bullying, Georgie asserts that Kat is the actual bully. Dr. Michael's anger escalates as he searches the house, suspecting that Kat might be with her new friend Bennett or hiding somewhere nearby. Discovering the girls' drinking glasses, he jumps to the conclusion that they are intoxicated, leading him to trust them even less. In a shocking and dangerous move, Dr. Michael grabs a knife, threatening the girls in an attempt to extract information. Terrified, Ava screams and runs away, while the others freeze in fear. Sophie confronts Dr. Michael, threatening to call the police and revealing that Alex is angry with him over a botched breast surgery. The tension reaches a peak when Dr. Michael warns them that if Kat doesn't call within an hour, they will all face serious consequences. The tension escalates as Sam leaves the house to search for Kat. Her search takes an alarming turn when she stumbles upon a car drenched in blood, Harry's car. Frightened by this gruesome discovery, she rushes back to the house to inform the others. Back at the house, Dr. Michael, Kat's father, decides to leave in search of Alex, much to the relief of the girls. However, the mood quickly shifts as they tease Sophie about her mother's questionable choice in men, referring to her association with Michael. Amidst this banter, Sam bursts in, panicked, recounting her shocking find. She describes seeing a red car smeared with blood down the road. Sophie dismisses Sam's claim, asserting that it couldn't be her father's car as he is supposed to be on a plane. Despite the girls' pleas for her not to leave, Sophie sets out to find Kat herself. The scene then shifts to Dr. Michael finding Alex. He furiously confronts her for leaving the girls unattended, explaining the severity of the situation. Alex tries to reassure him, downplaying the concerns by stating that the girls are mature enough to handle themselves. Michael reveals his intention to press charges against her for the humiliation Kat endured. Their conversation heats up, with Michael threatening Alex and accusing her of indifference to his daughter's plight. Alex retorts, suggesting that Michael's anger stems from grief over his deceased wife before leaving him. Meanwhile, the film cuts to Sam, who is visibly shaken, repeating to herself that the situation isn't real. This is a callback to the scene at the beginning of the movie. Trying to regain composure, she changes her clothes, unaware that the mysterious figure is filming her. Returning to the other girls, she apologizes for her earlier behavior, but Francesca expresses deep concern about the authenticity of Ray's ghost story. Georgie, now stress-eating, accuses Sam of lying for attention. In the midst of this, Michael is frantic, desperately searching for Kat and calling out her name. In a dramatic turn, Sophie discovers the bloodied car and finds her father's dead body. She attempts to call her mother using Harry's phone, but Alex, mistaking the caller for Harry, angrily hangs up without realizing it was Sophie. Following this, Alex turns off her phone, cutting off any further communication. The film's tension heightens as Sophie, now armed with a gun she found in her father's car, attempts to make her way back to the house. The darkness of the night adds to the ominous atmosphere, leaving her feeling vulnerable and scared in the face of the unknown dangers that lurk around her. In the intense climax of the story, Sophie finds herself in the woods, unaware that she is being stalked and filmed by a mysterious figure at every step. Meanwhile, Sam ventures into the basement of the house, where the atmosphere of terror escalates. The girls hear noises coming from the basement and, upon investigating, they make a horrifying discovery. Ava is dead. In the midst of this shocking scene, a masked figure launches an attack on Sam, who narrowly escapes after a desperate struggle. Back in the house, Georgie and Francesca discover Dr. Michael's phone, which contains gruesome photos of Harry and Lisa's bodies. However, they are unable to delve deeper as the phone's battery dies. In a moment of urgency, Sam finds Sophie and implores her to seek police help, believing Sophie to be the faster runner. The tension among the girls continues to rise, resulting in a heated argument between Francesca and Georgie. during which Francesca cruelly brings up Georgie's weight. Unbeknownst to them, the killer, still hidden behind a mask, is filming their altercation. Sophie, while making her way for help, encounters Dr. Michael approaching her from behind. Mistaking him for the killer, she runs away in fear. Meanwhile, Sam returns to the house and dives into the water in a desperate search for the key to the safe containing their phones. During her search, she is attacked by the mysterious figure but is ultimately left unharmed. She successfully retrieves the key but finds that all their phones are dead. The horror escalates as the killer emerges from the shadows, brutally murdering Georgie by slitting her throat and stabbing Francesca to death outside the house. Dr. Michael arrives at the scene and finds the dead bodies alongside Sam. Sam deduces that the killer is Kat, a revelation that is confirmed when Kat removes her mask. Dr. Michael admits that he knew all along, revealing himself as the stalker who had been watching from the shadows. It is revealed that posting these events on her shady website is a twisted hobby of Kat's. The tragedy deepens when Sophie returns home and, in a tragic misunderstanding, shoots Dr. Michael, thinking he is the killer. Sam corrects her, but the revelation that Kat is the true perpetrator leaves Sophie devastated. In a final dramatic confrontation, Sam, armed with Sophie's gun, comes face to face with Kat, who is holding the jewelry gun. Filled with regret, Kat turns the gun on herself and finishes the act. A horrific scene witnessed by Alex, who has just arrived. The movie concludes with the grim reality that history has repeated itself in the mansion, with 6 people now dead in the same house. The media coverage reveals the events, criticizing the viewers of Kat's posts who watched the unfolding horror but did nothing, leaving us with a haunting reflection on bystander apathy and the consequences of inaction. Did this story spook you out? Let us know in the comments below. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next one. Fear awaits you.